We've all seen it. The girl who goes from posting about her thrifted clothing haul and 9 to 5.
My schedule for November, so you guys can come stalk me at Nordstrom. Okay, no, but seriously, we get our schedule an entire month ahead of time. It's like, I remember working at the Mac store, all right? And this is when I was physically on food stamps.
I was struggling in my personal life. That's when I was on food stamps.
Yeah. And also being so broke and being on food stamps.
Who's so adorable and relatable that we just can't help but like her. Who then, out of nowhere, makes it big. Gains a bunch of followers, and suddenly she's driving around in her new BMW, carrying her new Hermes handbag.
Jordan said to me, if you buy that, that would be the coolest Chanel bag you own. After a statement like that, it's coming home with mama. In the store, I thought it was cool, but I wasn't like obsessed.
I'm gonna open up my new designer bag and then you guys are gonna tell me if I should keep it or not. But first I did get a pair of sunglasses that I wanna try on. I feel like I've never met a Saint Laurent sunglass that I don't like. It's really cute.
Showing off her mansion and you're like, wow, she's made it. She's rich. She's set for life. Until life happens. Said influencer comes crashing back down to reality, and now, instead of flaunting her luxurious lifestyle, she's making videos that barely get 100 views, complaining that no one is consuming her content anymore and she is broke.
Let's head into downtown and get coffee and pop into shops, but not actually buy anything because I'm broke these days.
Especially if she's an influencer or TikTok influencer. On these apps, unfortunately, views do not equate to money.
TikTok isn't paying their creators anymore.
TikTok is not paying creators how they used to.
Starting to believe TikTok is no longer the best place to monetize in because they don't want to pay their creators. Gotten over almost 200,000 qualified views and I have made less than $10.
Don't believe me? Watch this.
The reality of being a content creator with over 200,000 followers is I'm broke. I go viral literally every single week. I got like over 8 million views this past month. I have like loyal fans, you know, but I'm just like, yo, I had $101 in my bank account yesterday. Last month, the creator fund paid me like $70 because I make a lot of short form videos that aren't over 1 minute long. As my platform grows bigger and bigger, people get this idea that like, you must be doing very, very well, like even better than before. And I'm just like, dude, anyway, if you want to literally send me money, because I'm just like, this is so dumb.
Her followers are in her comment section trying to encourage her to upload her content to YouTube because here, you actually do get paid for your views.
I want to show you guys exactly how hard TikTok is screwing over creators right now. So this is the best month I've had on the Creator Rewards program back in September. I was like, oh shit, I can actually start living off TikTok. That's amazing. I've been posting like 4 or 5 times a day for over a year now. But then here's this month. What the fuck, TikTok?
TikTok has not sent me my paycheck yet for this month. I normally get paid on the 15th, and it is now the 16th. We're only a few hours away from it being the 17th, and I've not received it. And I was just on the phone with my therapist, and he told me that it's okay if I ask for help. So, here's me shamelessly asking for help. Even if you can't help me monetarily, if you want to share this video, because I'm curious if other creators have also not received this week's pay.
Oh, snap. This is getting interesting.
Your favorite influencer is probably more broke than you. Has anyone heard of the TikTok creator Tara as well? Well, if you live under my rock with me and avoid TikTok like the plague, hi, thanks for keeping me company. But this is Tara.
I'm puking and sobbing in the front yard again. Oh God. I have to get inside.
She has over 5 million followers on TikTok, and she is now claiming that she is broke, can't afford her mortgage, kind of broke.
Why is Tara selling her house? Because the mortgage was so high. And the next question is actually, how much is your mortgage? It was $25,000 a month, and I used to be making enough money to cover that. I am no longer.
Money that she makes off these apps alone, I definitely do not think she would have been able to make that $25,000 mortgage payment.
And after bragging that she was earning $350,000 per month.
So how much are you railing in?
This past October, I would make like 100 to 150K a month. So now it's like 350 a month. It's insane.
Are you serious?
It's both dumbfounding and a sign of the times, if you ask me.
She can't afford her bills. She can't afford her mortgage because she just does not make enough on this app or her other streams of income. And I recently watched her YouTube video and she was talking about getting pit tickets. And then she was also talking about a trip to Nashville. And she also just bought like a 100-gallon fish tank. Babe, if you are struggling with your mortgage and your bills, why are we spending money on this? Why are you complaining about your financial situation when your spending habits are just crap?
She wasted it all because a lot of influencers and boys and girls in general are totally and utterly financially illiterate.
I was making $350,000 a month. I had no mortgage, no bills. I was very irresponsible with my money.
Here's the thing, if you are broke or struggling financially, the last thing you want to be doing is eating out, going shopping, even window shopping. You will make yourself feel worse, or worse, be tempted to go and buy things, go further into debt, and even more broke. You don't be trolling the streets looking for iced lattes and fancy avocado toast that you could make yourself at home for a fraction of the price.
Let's head into downtown and get coffee and pop into shops, but not actually buy anything because I'm broke these days. Someone commented under my video the other day and she was like, I sense a recession. I was like, you are absolutely right, girly pop. Okay, I need breakfast and a fat check.
Hi, how are ya?
Could I do like an iced latte?
One of the biggest avocado toasts I've ever seen.
I feel like if anyone found out my financial situation, they would like escort me out of town.
You follow Dave Ramsey.
You don't have any stinking money. Act like a broke person. Why? It's easy. You're a broke person. You make 60 or 90 or 160 a year and you got nothing. Nothing. No money. Payments coming out your ears, out of control, strutting around acting like you're something.
And you cook at home and you eat beans and rice.
You mean beans and rice, or is that an exaggeration to make a point? Of course not. It means lower your stupid butt lifestyle. It means quit going out to eat. You're broke.
And work until you manage to crawl your way back out of brokedom. Because being broke, being in debt is no fun. It is stressful.
The only time I am genuinely and wholeheartedly sad is when I'm low on funds. When my money is low, that is when I get beside myself. I go into a spiral and I'm just near happy and I'm in the bed and I'm just like overwhelmed, anxious.
And girls, we do not need that in our lives. And for that matter, you do not need to be spending $1,000 that you apparently don't have to spend a day at a Beverly Hills hotel. Like, why?
I never thought that I was going to talk about this online because I'm so ashamed and I'm so embarrassed. I spent thousands of dollars to spend the day at the Beverly Hills Hotel with my friends, and we're here. I've stayed here like 25 times and I always stay in a bungalow, but these days I got a cabana at the Beverly Hills Hotel pool. It was $2,500.
The Tara Lynn situation is the perfect example of what happens when you start making a lot of money, but you're not financially literate, so you're not spending it in the right ways.
There is a reason why. Now, in 2026, hundreds of influencers are being forced to quit influencing and go and get a 9-to-5 again. They'll say it's because they didn't enjoy being an influencer. They got bored staying at home. And honestly, maybe some did.
3 months ago, I decided to get a full-time job because I'm just not a fan of doing influencing full-time. It did not fill my cup up.
Today, I made the decision that I don't want to be a full-time influencer.
Let's talk about why I'm quitting being a full-time influencer.
I quit social media full-time, got a 9-to-5, and I'm the happiest I've been in a very long time.
This is my story of why I decided to quit being a full-time influencer after a year and get a job in corporate America.
But for the majority of them, this is a way to save face. Because the fact of the matter is, they had to quit influencing and go out and get a job because they were broke.
I failed influencing and I'm going to have to look for a second job now. I just got out of therapy with my therapist, and basically we were talking about financial struggles and how I just have a million things coming up on my plate. I have to do my taxes because I owe this year. I'm turning 26 in a couple days, so I'm going to be off my dad's insurance and I have to pay that all by myself. Student loans are kicking back in and I haven't paid a cent of those yet, so I'll have to do that. It's a lot. And right now I am a full-time influencer, for those that don't know, and I make equivalent to minimum wage doing that. I wanted to take a chance on myself and just figure out influencing and if I would be good at it, and I thought I was good at it, but recently things have been really slow and brands just haven't been wanting to work with me, and the brands that do reach out don't want to pay me. They just want to give me free things, which is really cool, and I'm really appreciative of that, but that doesn't pay my bills. I cannot pay my rent with a t-shirt.
And I'm not saying this to judge the girls. Honestly, I feel for them. It's harsh out here. It is so easy to get that hit, that rush of dopamine where you realize that you're making serious money from your social media account and you think it's going to last indefinitely.
Money! I have money! I have lots of money!
So you start spending and buying and upgrading and showing off. It's called lifestyle creep. Once you upgrade one thing, you get that initial buzz like, woohoo, I've made it. But then that thing gets boring. And so you move on to the next thing, like you got a really good car.
Okay guys, so today we are picking up my new car. Okay, I think I've been punished enough by driving the Velar, so let's go get me another RR, but not Range Rover. I think this might be the one. Oh.
And I can probably get it to you today.
And I can drive out with the car today.
Yeah, easy. And I'll get this car over to you ASAP.
Okay, well now you need a really good house. You got a really good house? Okay, well now you need an even better house in an even better suburb. Oh, you got a designer handbag?
The first bag of this type that I've owned. So, I'm gonna go ahead and take it out of this bag and show you the bag. So this is my Chanel boy bag.
Okay, well now you need an even more designer handbag that's even more expensive. Okay, so you got one really expensive designer handbag. Okay, but now you need a wardrobe, a collection of designer handbags.
100 bags in my designer bag collection right now.
Here's why most influencers will go broke and what we can learn from it. Influencer careers are similar to athlete careers where they make a lot of money quickly when they're young. So naturally they start upgrading their clothes, buying a nicer car and a nicer house. But here's where they go wrong. They can't sustain this lifestyle long term.
And unless you're very business savvy or able to adapt your content as the internet inevitably grows and changes, you are going to get a nasty shock when you realize that the money you were earning is no longer coming in. The brand deals dry up, the followers get bored and move on, and suddenly you have no money coming in. You're broke and you are forced to get a job.
I think all these influencers are lying about being rich. I'm almost at 1 million followers. Broke as fuck. I go to my regular minimum wage job every single day, 5 days a week. Clock in. That's how I pay all of my bills.
So I went from having a fat ass house. I had to downsize to an apartment because I had to make that YouTube money stretch. This is when I was like shitting on 9 to 5s. I told myself I would never get a 9 to 5 because I was making so much bread on YouTube. I'm like, hell nah, 9 to 5 not for me. Like I'm not working no job. Hell nah, I just graduated high school. I'm not going to college. I don't need college. I'm making 15, 20K a month. Let's really get into it. Cause y'all know the internet is talking. The internet is talking. So yes, I went broke.
That sucks, but it's becoming more and more common. Why? Look at this girl. I'm sorry, but this girl's content is utterly ridiculous from a financial standpoint, and I am no finance expert. Like, I am shit with money. I'll tell you that straight. Money to me burns a hole in my pocket. I'll get a payment in, and I'm like, woohoo, how can I waste this as fast as possible? That is my natural state. So I have to work really, really hard on a daily basis to ensure that I remain financially literate and financially responsible because I've got 2 little kids. I have a lot of bills. And content like this is obscene.
Starting off strong, we have January. I spent $783,000 in January. My friend and I spent about $43,000 at a night out in Vegas. Starting off strong, we spent $14,750 on 10 bottles of something, I think Dom. Then we got like a Magnum bottle of 1942 for $4,700. We spent $1,260 on water. We spent $8,200 on a bottle of Claza Azul. We spent $1,950 on 2 bottles of Grey Goose. We spent $90 on a pack of energy drinks. And we had an unmet minimum of like $50 left and we didn't get anything, so they just charged us for it. So our minimum of the night was $31K, like we had to spend that much. And then tax was $3,349.16. And then there was like a venue fee or an admin fee, which was $2,790. And then we tipped 20%, which was $6,200. That brings our grand total to $43,339.16 for one night out in Vegas. I think this was on like a Friday. Let's do a $60,000 shopping haul. First up is this Van Cleef bracelet that I'm already wearing. And then I got these Chanel loafers. And then I got this new Chanel tote bag. And then I got a new Van Cleef bracelet. I spent about 35K-ish, I think, at Cartier's.
Imagine spending that much money on a bunch of designer tat for no particular reason other than to show off to people, to make them think you're rich. That is not cool or enviable or aspirational. That is embarrassing. And what's even more embarrassing is that this girl was caught faking her wealth, and none of these bags are even hers.
People do some digging and realize she's been faking everything.
I'm not naming no names, but I wish you guys knew how easy it is to fake being wealthy for the internet here in LA.
Mei Ling, the influencer that is known for being rich, basically being rich, has technically been exposed for actually not being rich. And everyone thinks that, as you can see, the closet that she's in is actually her friend. And there was something about how basically she was posting pictures of her Instagram from her friends
Instagram, Irene, onto her Instagram. And so people are, and that she's actually not rich. And her sister, you know, they went on a trip and she flew economy. So everyone's up in arms.
Honestly, I would respect is that how you pronounce that? So much more if she was making content on how to budget or spend your money responsibly or save up to purchase a luxury handbag that you really have your heart set on and really covet and really want, rather than pretending to frivolously spend huge amounts of money on stuff just because they slapped a designer label on it. Okay, this girl, Emma Chamberlain, mega influencer, does not have a clue how much money she has.
I have an infrastructure in place in my life with a lot of checks and balances that allows me to never check my bank account. I have no idea how much money I have, no idea. And I have not looked in years. I have no idea.
Wow.
Emma, girl, no. This is a brilliant way to go broke. Essentially bragging that you have so much money that you don't even have to consider checking your bank account isn't the flex you think it is. It is simply irresponsible. Girl, please.
It is expensive to be in this business. Publicists, how much they cost? Stylists, hair, makeup, making it look like you live a rich life. It is all so exhausting, but especially with social media, you're trying to stay relevant. You need to be up on fashion. You need to be up on makeup. You need to come out with a new hairstyle that makes you stand out so you can be relevant.
And if you're an influencer, the pressure is even worse. TikToker Nahara found this out when she realized that she was buying things she didn't even really want, didn't really need, to impress people and to uphold the luxury black girl aesthetic. I'll let her. And then there's the girls who aren't actually influencers but want to be influencers, who are spending money they don't actually have, going into debt, thinking that's going to help them become an influencer. Like this poor lady who went onto Caleb Hammer's YouTube channel and confessed she bought 6 different couches in her quest to become an influencer.
Another issue is we've been together and she's had 6 different couches? And we've only been together.
What?
Yeah. 6 different
talking about
couches. 6.
What are we talking about? Wait, okay.
Cause she watches TikTok and then wants.
You don't buy couches off of TikTok.
And then she's like, "Oh, I want to be like this TikToker, so I'm gonna get their couch."
Because you had one video go viral.
I was trying to be an influencer, but
So you buy couches?
Yep.
That's how we become influencers, guys. Hey, the only reason our YouTube channel is successful because I bought a fucking couch.
Well, I was showing like my house
talking
and
about?
stuff. You know, like the get ready with me's. And like the house
Don't
decor.
kill me now.
Yeah, she's big on vlogs.
Well, she was supposed to go half on a couple of those with me, and she never did.
Oh, you would have
So I
loved
paid it off myself.
2016. All right.
I will see you guys in my next video.